In this video, I'm going to talk about how to pass the FTMO challenge without placing a single manual trade. And I call this an unfair advantage because if you've ever tried to pass a prop firm challenge, you know that the conditions are difficult. You have to do 10% profit with no more than 5% drawdown in a day or 10% drawdown overall total. And so in this video, I'm going to show you how you can pass prop firm challenges, FTMO, my Forex funds, true Forex funds, whatever it may be, without actually placing a manual trade. And in this video, I've got Joe, who's actually the developer of this expert advisor that we're going to be talking about. And he's going to explain exactly how it works. Now, I know the big question that you have before you invest any more time into watching this video is, does this actually work? And do people actually get results trading with this strategy? And I'll let you decide for yourself, but here's our Discord community with our members. You can see here's somebody that just passed phase one today. Here's Carlos that just got funded from a prop firm called First Class Forex Funds. Here's another member that just got past their phase one challenge. Here's another member, David, that just passed verification. And again, I could go through this all day. Here's a member that passed FTMO. And again, the cool part about this is they did this all without manually trading. They passed phase one. Here's somebody that got funded officially from FTMO. Here's somebody that got funded from True Forex Funds. Here's somebody that got a little payout. Here's somebody that passed two phase ones of the challenge. So I'm not going to go through and bore you with any more success stories. I'm going to get straight into this and explain to you how this actually works. So I have on the line Joe Hicken, who is the creator of this robot that we're going to be talking about, which is called TitanX. And here's how this all came to be. When we started learning about prop firms, we saw this as this exciting opportunity to get funded, but we realized that it was really difficult to do it. And also at the same time, it's time consuming if you're trading manually. So for the past 3 years, Joe has pretty much been working on an expert advisor or a Forex robot to be able to pass prop firm challenges. And now he has what I think is probably the best on the market for passing prop firm challenges, and we'll let you be the judge of it. So Joe, thanks so much for being on here. Will you share your screen and show TitanX what it is, how we built it specifically, or how you built it specifically for passing prop firm challenges?
Yeah, Adam, I'd love to. Thanks so much for the introduction. And yeah, we're really excited about this EA. It's called TitanX. And I'll just go ahead and put this on the chart here and point out some of the inputs. Now, this robot is not just one single strategy. There's over 200 inputs. And with this, we can create, a whole plethora of strategies. There's almost infinite combinations of what we can do. And we'll go into that here in a little bit. But what I want to show you guys first is some of the features and settings that we developed specifically for prop firms. And so, one of the most important things when trading a prop firm challenge is to make sure that you stay within the loss limits. And so we have different equity protectors, is what we call them, that help our members stay within these loss limits. And so we have MDL balance that would be used for a prop firm like FTMO, MDL equity that's used for true Forex funds, MDL highest value that's used for my Forex funds, and pretty much any of these can cover pretty much all of the prop firms that you could possibly want to use. So this is very important. We're able to stay within those loss limits. The other thing that we've got is we've got a news filter. So FTMO, for example, if we scroll down here, you can see there's news. They have rules where you can't trade during news. You have to have trades closed before and after news. And all of that can be managed with these news settings. Let's see what else. We have an account take profit, where as soon as you reach that profit target, on a $100,000 account, if you're trading an FTMO challenge, that's $10,000. You can input that. And then as soon as you hit that profit target, it's going to close all of the trades. That's up here. So yeah, those are some of the features that are specific to prop firms and trading on prop firms.
And this is an account, right, that you're showing here that you just, was that today you did that, or what?
Yeah. Actually, you can see my first trade was taken on the 6th, 2022. And then it was less than 24 hours later. What is this? Probably, 9 hours later, basically 11, 12 hours later, I'd already passed the challenge. Now, this is a $10,000 challenge, so you only need $1,000 profit, but you can see I even exceeded that and passed it quite easily. There's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 trades past the challenge. And this is one of 2 actually that I passed this morning. So
you passed 2 prop firm challenges this morning in literally like less than 24 hours.
in less than 24 hours, and I did it while I was sleeping. I mean, I literally set this up.
That's impressive.
And yeah, I set this up, Sunday night here in the US is when the market opens, and went on. Sunday's usually a family day for me, so spending time with family, went to bed, woke up, checked my accounts, and I had passed 2 challenges.
That's pretty amazing. So guys, I just want you to imagine that again, in full transparency, this is not something that happens all the time. You don't always pass in one phase, or excuse me, in one day. And occasionally you will fail a challenge, right? But the idea here is to have the odds stacked in your favor. And imagine that, being able to pass 2 prop firm challenges, getting funded. In this case, Joe got funded $20,000, or past phase 1 of getting funded $20,000. But this applies to a $25,000, a $50,000, a $100,000. We've had people get funded with $500,000 using this EA. So Joe, the thing that I want you to talk about next is, like, as we know that, these Forex robots, there's a million of them out on the market. A lot of them are crap. There's some you can buy for $10, $50, $100. And a lot of them will maybe work for a little while, but they won't work long term. So what have you done to differentiate from all of the stuff that's out there? What makes Titan X different? And then, how do you plan for, to operate for changing market environments?
Yeah, so that's something that's really important to understand, is that market conditions are always changing. So, just because you have an EA that maybe has backtested or even performed well over the last year of data, it certainly doesn't guarantee that it's going to continue to perform that way in the future. And we've seen this. I mean, just from my own experience, I've traded plenty of EAs that work really well for, the first couple of months and then just completely tank. And so, we really make an effort with Titan X to make sure that we're always staying ahead of the curve, ahead of the changing market conditions, so that we can maintain this high performance regardless of the market conditions. And, when trying to pass prop firm challenges, you have to maintain quite high performance. I mean, making 10% profits, within 20 trading days without going over 5% drawdown, that's a tall task. I mean, that's not an easy thing to do, especially automated, using algorithms, which is what Titan X uses. So, but what we've built here is what's called this prop farming leaderboard. And this is a leaderboard, is what we call it. It's a whole bunch of different strategies. I showed you all the settings earlier and said there's all these different combinations we can create of strategies. And our members have done that. Myself, you can see I have some up here. Other optimizers, other members within our own Discord community have submitted strategies that they've come up with, and they're ranked basically in order of the most effective over the most recent market conditions to least effective. And you can see here, this column here, this is the success rate. This is essentially what percentage of the time in backtesting, so over this date range here, for example, October 30th to November 6th, 2022. Sorry, this should be 2021. So I'll show you guys actually a breakdown of this. But basically, over the last year of data, this strategy, for example, was able to pass the challenge 70% of the time. And so if we pull up this results tab here, you can actually see that. You can see a week by week breakdown where, starting any given week, you have basically a 70% chance of passing the challenge. And you can see most recently, it really performed well. And yeah.
And Joe, also show them there. You can see how many days it would take to pass on that results tab.
Yeah. So this strategy, it passes quite quickly. It takes only an average of 5 days, 4.5, to pass a challenge. So,
yep. Yeah. And guys, if you think about this, right, we know the statistics with prop firms, they're really kind of stacked against you. Only like 6% of people actually end up getting funded. So, essentially with this, we're like 10xing the odds of passing a prop firm challenge and actually getting funded. And that's why I call this an unfair advantage, because it really is. I mean, if you could increase the odds 10 times, that's an unfair advantage.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, we're really excited about this. I mean, we've got strategies that can even pass, 75% of the time. And, like I said before, I mean, this is really quite impressive. I mean, like you said, Adam, I mean, the average person usually doesn't even make it all the way to a funded account, let alone 70% of the time, let alone automated. I mean, it's really quite incredible.
Yeah, it is. So if you guys would like to actually just try out Titan X and only pay for it if you actually get funded, then going over to propfarming.com. When you go to propfarming.com, you'll see how you could use Titan X, more details about how it actually works, and how you only pay for it if you actually do in fact get funded. Hey, if this video was helpful, go ahead, like, subscribe, turn on the post notifications, and feel free to check out some of the other really helpful videos that are on the screen right now.